Hi everyone, it's Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. Another day, another awkward wave. I know that we get distracted by new, beautiful makeup all the time, and sometimes it's easy to forget what we have in our collection. So I decided to shop my stash and play with some oldie but goodie makeup products. But before we actually jump into the makeup, I wanted to also show you how I get my hair to look like this. I have gotten so many comments on YouTube, on Instagram, from people that want me to do like an updated hair tutorial or questions on how I get my loose beachy waves, and it's honestly I'm so low maintenance when it comes to hair. I want minimal effort, minimal product. I don't feel like it warrants a separate tutorial. This is actually second day hair. So I did film some clips of me actually styling my hair yesterday that I'm going to insert into the video to kind of walk you through what I did to get my hair to look like this. In terms of color maintenance, I'm actually using the Klorane Chamomile range. It's a range geared towards blonde hair, whether you are a natural blonde or you have highlighted hair. You can find them at Shoppers Drug Mart in Canada. In Quebec, you can find them at Jean Coutu, and they are also at Sephora in the United States. I like to let my hair air dry until it's about 80% dry. Then I just take out sections of hair. I like the sections that are kind of framing my face to be a little bit brighter than the rest of my hair. So I kind of just pick out the sections that I want to look a little bit more sun-kissed, a little bit extra bright. This is the Klorane Chamomile Sun Lightening Spray. I love this because not only does it smell delicious, it smells like a very soothing and comforting pot of chamomile tea. It contains no artificial bleaching ingredients or anything like that. The result is very, very natural and subtle. It kind of mimics the effects that a natural blonde would have just by spending time outside in the sun. You can use this on wet hair or dry hair. You can also use this all over the hair. You can use this just focusing on the ends of your hair if you want a very subtle ombre type of effect. It does help detangle the hair and it adds a tiny little bit of texture to it. Then I go in and blow dry my hair. The heat from the blow dryer does accelerate the results that you get with this, but you don't have to. If you are a girl that's just low maintenance and you just like to air dry your hair, you can use the spray and still get the gradual lightening result. It will just take a little bit of extra time. And like I said, the result is very, very natural and subtle. And then I used a curling wand to take random, quite large sections of hair and I just curled them away from my face. The smaller the section of hair that you wrap around, the tighter your wave will be. By taking the curl and kind of cradling it in your hand, letting it cool down in that curl shape, it will actually help your curl stay that way a lot longer. Then I just like to play around with my hair with my fingers. I kind of comb through everything with my fingers, arrange my hair. I take a look and play around with individual waves and kind of place everything how I like it to look. Then the next day the waves will fall slightly, but they will still look really nice and give you the look that you see today. And that's what I do. That's how you get these second day messy waves. Now let's get on to the makeup. Initially I saw this really pretty picture of Lily Aldridge and it was really bronzy, peachy, warm makeup look, and it really caught my eye and it got me really excited because obviously that's like the look that I'm gravitating towards recently. But since I'm wearing this lavender colored dress today, I thought that the peach might kind of clash with that. So I'm gonna go into like a taupey pink look instead. For foundation, I'm going to use Dior Skin Nude Air, and I have not used this foundation on my channel in over a year, I think. Even though I have used this in my day-to-day life, I haven't reached for it in quite a while. It's usually a foundation that I reach for in the spring, but given that my skin is behaving right now, and this is a really nice, natural, quite light to medium coverage foundation, I thought that it might be a good fit. It matches my neck, but my face is always a little bit paler than the rest of my body, but this is such a beautiful foundation. It's not a foundation that I would recommend for the workday or anything like that. It's not long wearing, but if you're looking for something to have a very polished, skin-like finish and quite natural looking. And it just gives the most beautiful skin-like finish. It's not luminous, it's not matte. It just looks like skin. I'm gonna conceal under my eyes with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I actually I don't love this concealer, but I am trying to use it up. I'm trying to be good and not buy concealers and foundations until I use up what I have. And I only have one face. Like, why did I have 20 foundations? I have one face. I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer on any areas that need a little bit more coverage. I always get redness at the side of my nose. I don't know if it's from just from wearing sunglasses. It feels like it never goes away. For bronzer, I'm using Soap & Glory Solar Bronzer. This is such a pretty product. I got this in a swap that I did with Anna from the Anna Edit a long time ago. This is such a nice bronzer. Unfortunately, we don't get the whole range of Soap & Glory beauty products in Canada, and I don't think you get it in the United States either, which is a shame because this is such a nice bronzer. And it's a beautiful bronzer for light to medium complexions. There's one side that's a little bit lighter than the rest. I always like to just dip into the whole thing with my brush and kind of mix the two colors together. I'm taking the darker color of the bronzer and I'm going to be using it as a base on my eyelids as well. For the rest of my eyes, I'm using another old, slightly forgotten makeup product, and this is the Tom Ford Nude Dip Eyeshadow Palette. Recently, I watched the Lisa Eldridge tutorial that she did with Adele's makeup artist. It's one of my favorite makeup tutorials on YouTube, and I have watched it multiple times just because I think it's such a stunning look, and it's full of really great tips. And in that tutorial, the makeup artist used this palette, and this is a palette that I have had for quite a while now, and I rarely reach for it. Even though when I look at it, I think it's so beautiful. I love the colors, but I think the fact that every single color in here is shimmery, I think that kind of puts me off, and I just never pick it up. I tend to gravitate more towards matte eyeshadows. The shades are beautiful and the texture of the shades is really nice. I just don't think, I mean, if I were to recommend a Tom Ford eyeshadow quad, it would not be this one, but I have it and I do like it. I just want to get more use out of it. So in an attempt to get more use out of it, I kind of rewatched that tutorial and I got inspired, and I'm going to use the two lightest shades at the bottom here. I'm going to use them together on a MAC 217 brush. Just going to work my brush into both shades and then buff them on to the lid. And the result is such a beautiful champagne. But by no means do you need to buy this palette to achieve this look. I think if you get, NARS has those really pretty dual intensity eyeshadows. I think that there is a color that you could just pick up from there and you can very likely get the same effect. I really wanted to get use out of a palette that I've had for a while. And then in the tutorial, he also took a clean brush. This is a Laura Mercier ponytail brush. It's so pretty and subtle. And obviously, being an Adele makeup tutorial, they did a really, really bold, dramatic liquid line. I haven't been doing liquid liner as much as I used to. I used to be obsessed with liquid liner, and I still love the look of a bold liquid line. I just don't think that it suits me and my particular eye shape. So I've been doing really modest winged liner. And today I'm actually not going to do wing liner at all. I'm going to use this Nudestix Magnetic Eye Color Pencil. I love these and I just have not used them in a long time. They've kind of been collecting dust in my makeup vanity thing. So I'm just going to use this on my lower lash line. This is the shade Taupe. And I'm going to use it a little bit into the outer corner as well to give me some definition. And I'm going to use Stila Topaz. No matter how many brands of eyeliner I try, in this particular nude shade, the Stila is still my favorite for some reason. It's just so pigmented and I like the fleshy tone of it. For my cheeks, I'm using MAC Well Dressed. This is my favorite MAC blush, and I have not used this on my channel in a long time, but every single time I wear this blush, I fall in love with it all over again. I'm gonna let my hair down for a little bit, let it settle. For highlight, there are two highlighters, cream highlighters that I really like that I have not used in a long time, and one is the Maybelline Strobing Stick in shade 02, and the other one is the Kjaer Weis cream highlighter. Leaning a little bit towards the Maybelline just because it's less frosty. This is a daytime look, so I want it to still be a little bit subtle. So you can see here, that's the Kjaer Weis, and then the Maybelline next to it is a lot more subtle. So I'm just going to take it on my finger and dot it on the tops of my cheeks. It blends in so beautifully, and this shade has a nice warm tone to it. But make sure you pat it in, don't rub, because if you rub, you're going to wipe away the makeup that you have underneath. But if you're just using tapping motions, you just kind of press the product on top of the skin and it will stay there. I'm going to do my mascara and eyebrows off camera because I feel like you've seen me do this a million times before, and I'll see you in a bit. For eyebrows, I used the Glossier Boy Brow and the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. For my lashes, I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Paradise. For lipstick, another oldie but goodie. This is a NARS Pure Matte Lipstick. And this is a lipstick range that definitely does not get talked about on YouTube. Maybe because it's an older range. They came out with these a long time ago. I absolutely love the packaging. I like this slimmer lipstick design. It just lets you get in there and cover your lips without needing lip liner or anything like that. This is a shade Montego Bay, which is an absolutely beautiful rosy pink nude. All right, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.